am Dr. Israel Nonyerem Davidson. History has it that when the ancient Chinese decided to live in peace, they built the Great Wall of China, believing no one could climb it due to the height. You see, I have visited that Great Wall of China. I can tell you that by all standards, it is impenetrable. However, for the first 100 years of its existence, the Chinese were invaded 3 times. Each time, the invading enemy infantry had no need to climb the wall. They bribed the guards and invaded through the doors. The Chinese built the wall, but forgot to build the character of the security guards. They realized much later that the best defense against the enemy is not fortified wall, but a fortified character. That's a lesson we are yet to learn in Africa, that our problem is not the age of our leaders, but unfortified character. Please, fellow citizens, lend me your ears and concentration for the next 10 minutes. Thank you. You see, in the beginning, God created Africa as the origin of life, abundant natural resources, knowledge, and power, and fundamental to global prosperity. You see, as the only race on earth with 100% human genes, Africans gave life to humanity, including Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Early inventions, civilization, centers of learning, calendars, architecture, mathematics, astronomy, agriculture, arts, music, and many more were African creations, even before anything called Europe. At some point in our history, aliens laughed at our clothing, names, culture, education, and most of all, made us to replace our God. Slavery, colonization, exploitation, and domination gained root. To condition us to view Africa and ourselves from European and Eurocentric perspective, these facts on our glorious past and the quality and contributions of the African race to Western civilization were deliberately erased from the history taught to our kids in African schools. As the mighty fell, God looked down from heaven and wondered how best to get his beloved Africa to recreate greatness and lost glory. With earthly examples to the Africans and their leaders on what is possible and within their capabilities, heavens decreed and opened their eyes to observe the rise of poor, small, medium, and large countries, and how they emerged great. Malaysia, with just one man, the Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad, and his Look East policy, Malaysia turned from a sleepy backwater into one of the world's modern industrialized nations. What really happened? Malaysians were sent to Japanese universities and institutes of technology for academics, technical know-how, industrial experience, and Japanese labor ethics and discipline. African leaders admired, clapped, visited, but remained the same. Well, Singapore, with just one man, Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, and his copy leading country's policy, Singapore emerged the most competitive economy in the world, with world-class infrastructure, highly skilled and productive labor market, and good banking system. Singapore made their secrets public to the attention of Africa. They emphasized that the most valuable natural resource of a nation is the people. Invest in education for highly skilled, disciplined, and productive citizens. Select the best and ablest nationals at market rate to run the country. Hire the best brains at market rate to manage state assets, airports, seaports, educational institutions, and hospitals. Woohoo! Equalize citizenship and rule of law and punish corruption at the top publicly. They said, no need reinventing the wheels. Whether it's education, defense, public administration, or health, accumulate knowledge from leading countries and adapt to suit your country. African leaders are admired and visited Singapore several times, rewarded conscienceless criminals and incompetent rogue politicians above market rate, and dumped the best of Singapore. Communist China. With one man, Chairman Deng Xiaoping, and his Look Singapore policy, China copied and transformed through market-led development and capitalism with Chinese characteristics. China controlled and focused state resources on industries vital for comprehensive economic development. They became agents of globalization, set up strong companies to invest in other countries, including African countries. Soon, China became the manufacturing hub of the world, lender and investor across the globe. African leaders targeted cheap Chinese loans rather than emulate Chinese success story. United Arab Emirates. In 1971, UAE started the 1963 Republican Constitution of Nigeria, my country, built a strong and powerful country with regional autonomy and clearly demarcated central and regional roles. All regions fend for themselves. All regions are free to trade internationally, have international airports, seaports, power plants, and refineries. Well, not surprising, UAE developed at a frantic pace. You see, despite being 75% Muslims, religion is not an issue. No non-Muslim has ever been killed on religious ground. With just one man, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Dubai is ranked among the best cities in the world. The economy is diversified, with oil constituting only 5% of the GDP. It is the trading hub of the world. Woo-hoo! African leaders, rich and famous, adopted Dubai a second home rather than transform their own country. What a shame. Rwanda. In Rwanda, the smallest landlocked country on the African continent, healing from genocide and reeling in poverty, including HIV and AIDS, with just one man, Paul Kagame, and his Look Singapore and South Korean policy, Rwanda emerged the fastest growing economy with stringent and effective policies and among the lowest unemployment rate in Africa. Well done. Rwanda is known for visionary leadership, a diversified economy, ease of doing business ranked among the best in the world, low corruption, and great infrastructure. Africans and their leaders praise Rwanda but refuse to emulate its successes. All right. USA Obama. God said, well, if Paul Kagame's leadership and abilities are not convincing enough to Africans and their leaders, of course, that they can. He said, perhaps due to the size of Rwanda. He says, let's appoint an African to lead the most advanced country on earth, but at its most vulnerable time, to teach African leaders some lessons. As a signal to the African race, God armed the new leader with the mantra, yes, we can. in 2009, Barack Hussein Obama emerged the President of the United States. At the time, 750,000 jobs were being lost per month, 1.3 million houses foreclosure annually, and the American auto industry on the brink of collapse. To prove to African leaders that Barack Obama is truly African, pictures of his humble beginnings with a grandma in Kigalo, Kenya, his ancestral village, beamed across the world. By January 2015, the first African-American president had beaten the odds that faced his administration. The U.S. economy grew and created jobs at the quickest pace since 1999. Yes, more people returned to work than in all the advanced economies combined. Yes. For the first time since 2001, the US overtook China, India, and Brazil as the world's most attractive country for foreign investment. Yes, we did it. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And we did it. Once more, Africans and their leaders misread the mind of God. Rather than take the opportunity to transform their mindset, leaderships, and economies, they looked to Obama to rebuild Africa with American resources. They missed the point by miles. Obama was the President of the United States, but a symbol of hope to Africa. A golden opportunity for Africans to liberate their mind, dump their inferiority complex, see themselves as equal to, if not better than, other races, take total control of their destiny, and liberate self from white and Anglo-American domination. COVID-19. Out of frustration with Africa and African leaders, and to reprogram their mindset, he allowed COVID-19 but overruled WHO, Bill and Melinda Gates' doomsday vision for Africa. Instantly, African politicians and celebrities paused siphoning funds to foreign bank accounts. Instantly, the habit of breakfast in France, dinner in London, medical treatment in USA, investment in Germany, parties and shopping in Dubai disappeared. Instantly, no more prayers in Rome, Mecca, and Jerusalem, and travel and tourism to Canada, Europe, and America. Suddenly, wealth no longer counts. Numerous bodyguards and private jets became useless. The rich and powerful remain fearful of their beautiful convoy. Whew. If these newly found conditions and behaviors can be sustained, hope will return to election processes and governance throughout Africa, particularly in Nigeria, and infrastructure investment will experience new momentum across Africa. Hello, youths and all indigenes of Africa. As you can see, character is not optional, but sacrosanct to the future that God has planned for you, me, and Africa. Today, Africa has become a field for geopolitical competition. Wake up, rise up, unite, and take control of your future before it's too late. Let's build fortified character for leadership, growth, peace, and prosperity. Let's build self and community fortified character to vote fortified characters to lead our nations. Age is not the problem. Character is. You see, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just follow the lead of Malaysia, China, Rwanda, Singapore, United Arab Emirates, and yes, you can. Put it simply, copy the best. You see, our God is awake, alert, and ready to back us. Now is the time. It is for this reason that I was selected to communicate and lead this vision. I have played my part. It is now your turn. Please share this message across African race by every means necessary. You see, as controllers of power and world media target transformational information aimed at Africans. They will not succeed unless you let them. We shall overcome. We must be as ambitious as realistic, always bearing in mind the future is an attitude. To copy the best in the world, we need our best and ablest nationals with fortified character in government. In government. Be in control of your Africa. For who controls Africa controls the world.